Hi guys, welcome to Make 2 in this review of Kopaka, Master of Ice, set number 70788, a Bionicle set from the first wave of 2015. This was the reimagining, rebirth of the Bionicle line, and it comes with 97 pieces, including this skull spider and a golden mask. But the main piece of the set is this really impressively sized Toa, which means big master creature, and this is Kopaka. His name is as dramatic as his looks, just kind of exudes this sense of power and drive, not quite violence, but certainly action, ready for action. This is made with construction techniques, so though it's Lego, there aren't that many pieces that were very familiar to me, because this is my very first Bionicle. We have a whole bunch of pieces which click together with a very satisfying noise. And as you click them together, you build up in a normal Lego way the model. And there are some traditional Lego pieces, like some gears back here, some Technic elements. These long Technic pieces here, but a lot of it is particular to Bionicles. And then you think, oh, this is just a figure and what can you do with it? It's not Lego at all, you can't customize this and make whatever you want with it. Well, you can. You definitely can. And they've shown us how they do that here. So I think this is really good. And one of the key things about these is all the different ways you can pose it. Before we get to the different poses, I just want to show you, not only can you pose it by loads of different joints, but it's also got an action feature. This one arm moves up and down, and if we angle this, turn it round, you can see you can kind of swipe as quickly as you like. Now you have to be careful that you move this big shoulder piece out of the way. But if you get it right, you can fight pretty much wherever you like. This arm doesn't move, the arm with the shield, because, well, it's a shield, and you wouldn't want it to swing around the place. The aim is to protect. So you can see it moves all over the place, but it also stays still. So even though this arm is connected to this bright yellow piece at the back for turning it around, you can still put it in any position you like. And I think that's a really great feature of these sets. The head has some movement, and it also has a feature that if you push the back here, the head pops off and there's a very Terminator 1-esque skull behind here. So you can see there's just this little element here that rocks very simply. If you push it down, the skull comes off. And he also comes with a golden mask, which in the story of the Bionicles has to be searched for, and this can also be popped off. And here is the skull spider. It attaches in exactly the same way. You can fit two of the legs behind the skull, but the other two don't quite fit, but I think that's fine. This doesn't as easily pop off because it's, it's gripping on to control this person. As we move around the figure, you can see it's made of a number of different colours. This gold, white, and this very bright translucent blue, which is used not only for things like this skull popping piece, but some limbs, as well as limbs on the legs. And you can see through that from every different angle, which I really like. Here you can see the mechanism for how it's made for the arm to move. Just a couple of gears, one for tension, one for movement. Let's keep turning it around. You can see it from the front. I think it's one of the things I like the most in the set is actually this torso. I think this torso piece is really good, and I think this really large breastplate with picking up the blue from the hands here I think is really nice. As you can see, they've also doubled up on some elements in a clever way. So both on the arms and on the legs, they've put white on top of gold, which I think creates a nice effect. The detail on these two pieces is a sticker, but the one on the breastplate is printed on. I think that makes sense, given it's a much more complex piece. Getting a close-up look at the weapon, you can see it's made of this great piece here, which fades from white to translucent blue, which I think is going to be really useful in other designs, as is the front piece here, this kind of spike bit, which I think could be great for going above a doorway to some some castle or building. Bringing in the shield, you can see it's got two of the same pieces, one inside each of these very large frames in white. Again, I think these are going to be really useful if a bit big to fit into a normal LEGO minifig scale mock. And it creates this massive shield. But it does also enable you to do a different configuration with Kopaka. You take off the shield, separate one of the fronds, and you can attach these to each foot, and then you have Kopaka on these ice shoes, ice skates for going down mountains on these impressive skis, which I think is really cool. But I actually use these in a slightly different way to help me get some good poses out of it. If you put these two pieces together, LEGO has very cleverly designed them to interlace and slot together perfectly. Then you can take this piece here to hold them together like that, and then you have either a very big shield, or as I use it as a place to provide better leverage for posing. So now I can create things like this. I'm not sure it would be possible without this shield, just to give extra sense of balance to it, but I think it does just let me do some more interesting creative things. Now, as you can see, because of these extended pieces on the front and back, there is a limitation to how much one can bend those couple of joints around there, but you can still do pretty well. That's a pretty impressive pose, and I like this kneeling pose. It's kind of a dramatic knight declaring himself or herself before their lord, which I think just looks very good and dramatic, and you can create lots of good military knightly poses with these things. So that's it for this review of the LEGO Bionicle Kopaka Master of Ice. I love all the joints and how posable it is. I love the texture they've been able to provide with just, even repeating the same relatively few number of parts in different interesting positions over the figure. I like how they've done something a little bit different with the lower leg, the calf, but it does restrict movement a bit. So I fiddled around with slightly customizing it so that I could make my own one pose a little bit better. But it certainly does add drama and bulk. And I think these are really dramatic figures with good parts that I think can be used in different settings, and I hope to do that very soon. If you like this review, please do give it a like, and feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.